G'day legends and welcome back to another video. We have a Revo slot review. We have got 4 liveries here of the Marcos. I'm going to choose my favorite livery. We're going to put it to the test around the wood-routed track with our laps track timer. But guess what time it is? It's time to test our Revo Marcos! With another review, and it's Revo Slot's turn, and if I don't drop these, Let's get stuck into today's review, and we have 4 liveries of the Marcos to choose to put around our track. But before we do that, guess which one I'm going to choose. So I'm going to quickly scan, guess. Now I'm not going to tell you, so stay tuned to the end for the track test of one of these. But we are going to take a close look at each of the liveries. There is 6 in total. We do have 4. I have been spoilt by the legends at Revo Slot, so thank you very much. And these are available in Australia at your favorite shop. So I think we take a close look at first the Golf livery. Let's go. Take a close look at the Golf livery Marcos. Now this car I believe is slept on because guess what? I slept on the earlier releases, but now that they've got these, we'll call them fantasy liveries or we'll call them brand liveries, I'm in love with them. Now I don't have a Marcos in my collection other than these 4. Again, it wasn't a car that I thought about much. So now that we've got some beautiful liveries that I like, I don't know why I slept on the old ones. So if you do have the older ones, congrats, because they are cool cars. But let's take a look at the Golf. But before we do, if you are new to Revo Slot, let's quickly look at the box. We only do this once, and then we'll get stuck into the livery itself. As you can see, this is the Golf car, the Golf livery. And if you really want to know what it is, it tells you right here. Marcos LM600, car number 6 in the magnificent Golf livery. That is impressive. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Is it my favorite? You have to stay tuned to the end. I'm not too sure if it is my favorite, but it is well done. Let's go around to the front first. These look like a Toyota Supra to me from the front end. It might just be me because of the old, we'll call it the frog eyes, I think they called it back in the day, but I think that looks really good. Big air scoop in the front. We've got the Golf Racing livery. Now, if you are new to Revo, they make very nice cars, good looking cars on a 2-piece metal chassis. And this thing, I think, will perform really well when maybe we put this one to the test. We don't know yet. But there you go. That is your Golf livery. Now let's move on to, let's go Shell. Now let's take a close look at the Shell livery. And this one, in the renders, I wasn't too sure. I love it. I think in the flesh, can we call it in the flesh or in real life? It's spectacular. I love the blacked out front splitter. Again, I don't know why it's giving me Supra vibes, and I'm talking the 90s Supra. Beautiful Shell livery. I love how the yellow wraps around on one side. As you can see on the right hand side, we've got the yellow wrapping this way. If you turn around to the back, the yellow then wraps around the back side of it. So I love that. I think that's a beautiful looking livery. We've got the yellow ends on the massive rear spoiler. Of course, these are all the same shell and chassis, just different liveries. Loving the matte black roof. Beautiful looking car. I cannot wait to put one of these around the track. The Shell, is it my favorite? Oh, it is a close contender, a real close contender. What's your thoughts? Is this the one we're going to put around the track? Have I given too much away? And before we do, I just noticed, look at that cool little exhaust down there with the bit of metal work, bit of heat, bit of, what am I saying? Heat? No, protection for the car. Heat? What am I saying? Well, there you go. There is the Marcos in the Shell. Let's move on to Valvoline. So now let's check out the Valvoline again. An absolute banger. Each time I look at these, I don't know which one is my favorite. Now we are missing 2 liveries. I will quickly show them at the end in picture form, but this one, it's basic but beautiful. BB, basic and beautiful. And one thing I have noticed, I didn't pick up on the Golf, which we'll look at in a tick, we've got some highlights around our front end. I like that red around the lights. We don't have active lights. I wish every slot car came with active lights. I bang on about that. We do have the side exhaust with that little bit of metal there to keep the heat off the body so we don't start melting it. Around to the back, I love it. I love the rear arch of this. Again, this is a car in real life that I've always slept on. I never really thought much about the Marcos, and this has put it on the map for me. Onto the top, we've got the livery that wraps around right over the blue and the red, separated by that beautiful white stripe. I don't know. Is this one my favorite? I'm not too sure. It does look good. Black rims around the back. We've got the dark blue. It's a beautiful livery. But now it's time to check out, well, there's only one left, STP. So let's check out the STP, and this one's very similar to the Golf. I mean, the Golf in the renders was very bright and orange. I like how it's really soft, the blue soft, the orange rims are a little bit more burnt than they are bright, another BB. But this one here, wow, it looks incredible. In the renders, it looked beautiful. In the flesh, again, it's spectacular. We've got the highlighted orange around, or isn't it's like an orange red, the STP highlight, we'll call it highlight orange around the front headlights. I like how it says Marcos on the front. Car number 5, it's STP. Let's flip it on its side. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. There's the logo we all know and love, STP. I like how it's finished with that beautiful white line that's just tracing around the back. And I actually just noticed a nice little highlighted detail here as well. That orange highlight light going all the way down the side of the body. And then around to the back, you can really get a good look at how this looks from behind. I like the arch on the rear end of this and the massive, and I mean massive spoiler on all of these. So there we go, there is the Marcos STP. Now before we move on, let's have a quick look at the 2 liveries that I didn't receive. They are beautiful. I can't put them in my top 6 or my favorite one because I haven't seen them in person. If I've learnt anything from these 4 beautiful cars in person, they are better than the renders. So there's your last 2, but which one do you think I'm going to drive? Yeah, I think you guessed it. Let's go STP. So let's put Revo Slots Marcos to the test. We're using the STP livery. I hope you can see that on camera. We're using lap tracks as our lap timer. We do have 3 lots of 10 laps to see how fast we can go. The track is set at 11.5 volts. I've cleaned the track and the tires, and we are running no mag. You do get a magnet in the box of the Revo Slot, but I thought, let's go no mag. Now you will see it slide around. We will have to clean the tires in between heats, but let's see how quick I can get it around. Reset our track. So 5 seconds ago, I've got no sensitivity, I've got no brake, and I've got no traction. But as we drive on, I'll probably play with my controller. 5 seconds ago, here we go. Countdown. Whew. How fast can we go? And we're off. It's on a bad start. It's a little bit slidey. Just trying to get my...
Lap 1, 8.84 seconds.
8.8. We'll add some traction soon because I think it's going to get a little bit tail happy very, very soon. Faster lap.
Lap motion number 1. Lap 2, 8.28 seconds.
8.28. Come on, don't slip out.
Lap 3, 8.72 seconds.
Now I'm going to put some traction on, about 20 points of traction. See if I can go a bit faster.
Lap 4, 9.06 seconds.
We're in the 9s now, so we're starting to get a bit dirty on the tyre. Remember, this is non-mag.
Lap 5, 8.79 seconds.
Got to coast it around those corners.
Lap 6, 8.54 seconds.
8.54, we're getting back down there again. Can we get a lower 8? I don't know.
Lap 7, 8.59 seconds.
8.5 again. It's just this corner here that I'm struggling on, and down this straight.
Lap 8, 8.59 seconds.
8.5 again, we're very consistent. Come on, we can get an 8.4 out of this. Or an 8.3.
Final lap motion.
Final lap.
Lap 9, 8.75 seconds.
8.7. Oh, we almost lost it. Last lap, let's bring it in.
Lap 8.82 seconds.
8.8. What's our fastest lap?
Summary. Fastest lap. Lap 2, 8.28 seconds.
8.2. Okay, there you go.
First lap. Lap 4, 9.
So we've got an 8.2. So let's clean the tyres. Let's do some controller adjustments and let's get back into round 2, 10 laps. Alrighty, so round 2, 10 laps to go. We're going to beat an 8.2. Now I've cleaned the tyres, cleaned the track, of course, still no magnet. I might introduce a little bit of brake. Revo slots like to coast through corners, but I'm going to put a little bit of sensitivity and a little bit of brake on my +1 controller and see if we can get under an 8.2.
Countdown started.
I'm not sure. So here we go,
5
round 2,
seconds.
10 laps. How fast can we go? All right, we're off. I'll put a little bit of sensitivity in so I'm not punching out as quick out of the corners.
Lap 1, 8.70 seconds.
8.70. So we're still faster before. Oh, don't come out.
Fastest lap motion number 1. Lap 2, 8.45 seconds.
8.45. We're actually gripping on that corner around there. Come on. I'm going to turn the brake
Lap
off
3, 8.88 seconds.
because it doesn't really like braking in those corners. Oh! Oh, didn't count that one. We missed a lap. What happened there? We've got 11 laps now.
Lap 4,
No.
16.89 seconds.
16.8. It didn't recognise that one. This is a shambles. What's happened? So the lap tracks missed the car. I think we went through a bit too sideways.
Lap 5, 11.13 seconds.
11.1. This one's going to be a throwaway, but let's see if we can get in the 8s again.
Fastest lap motion number 1. Lap 6, 8.34 seconds.
8.34. We're back. We're back. Come on.
Fastest lap motion number 1. Lap 7, 8.18 seconds.
8.1. We're going faster now. Here we go.
Fastest lap motion number 1. Lap 8, 8.08 seconds.
8.0. Can we get a 7? It's just this last corner here.
Final lap motion number 1. Lap 9, 8.19 seconds.
8.19. We're getting faster.
Lap 10, 8.25 seconds.
What's our fastest?
Race summary. Fastest lap. Lap 8, 8.08 seconds.
8.08. So
Last lap.
can we, in round
Reset.
3, after we clean the tyres, can we get into the 7s? So let's get stuck into round 3. This is our last 10 laps. I've cleaned the tyres again, of course, no mag. The track is clean. Now I'm going to turn off the braking. That's what made me faster at the end. But I'm going to turn up a little bit of sensitivity and a little bit of track. And let's see if I can get into the 7s. So here we go. Can we do it?
Countdown started.
I'm not sure.
5 seconds.
5 seconds. Come on, let's get into the 7s. Here we go. Oh, this feels better. The first lap won't be the fastest because we've obviously gone from a standstill.
Lap 1, 8.72 seconds.
8.7. It's clean. That one's a bit slower.
Fastest lap motion number 1. Lap 2, 8.12 seconds.
8.1.
Fastest lap motion number 1. Lap 3, 8.08 seconds.
8.08. Come on, we can get it. Might be
Fastest
7.
lap motion number 1. Lap 4, 7.99 seconds.
7.99. We're in. We're in.
Lap 5, 8.08 seconds. Lap 6, 8.05 seconds.
Come on, we're low 8s now. We're almost back in the 7s. This one might be it. It feels good.
Lap 7, 7.99 seconds.
7.99. It's just that little hairpin here and down into the straight.
Fastest lap motion number 1. Lap 8, 7.98 seconds.
7.98. We're getting quicker.
Final lap motion number 1. Lap 9, 8.04 seconds. Lap 10, 8.12 seconds.
Wow, fastest lap.
Race summary. Fastest lap. Lap 8, 7.98 seconds.
7.98 seconds. So there you go.
Lap 1.
After 3 rounds, we got
Reset.
into the 7s. Now let's have a quick look at it, have a chat of what I did to the controller, and then we'll wrap up this Marcos Revo review. So let's quickly take a close look at the STP Marcos and have a chat why it got faster after the 3rd round. So we did 30 laps, or 31, because we had an issue with the lap timer, which we'll talk about that in a tick. But let's have a quick look at the STP Marcos. We are running non-mag. I was only cleaning the tyres. I know we can do upgrades, we can do add-ons, we can do fixes, we can do tricks, we can do everything else we want to make this go faster. But in my review, I like to show you exactly what you're purchasing. And if we do have any new viewers, they'll understand that this is what they should pretty much see out of the box on a wood routed track. So no mag, with true no ties, it is literally from the box to the track, and I don't mind doing that. Yes, you can make this go faster by either adding the magnet or doing some upgrades to it. But now let's talk about my controller. Now I'm using the DFC02, which is +1, and I changed my settings as I went. Now that's the beauty of having a controller like this. The Heat 1, or the first 10 laps, I was learning the car. Heat 2, we had a bit of a mishap with the lap tracks, which I'll talk about in a tick. And then Heat 3, I really knew what the car wanted to do. So this was my settings at the end. Minimal sensitivity, that can go up to 100, no brake, and a little bit of traction. So what that allowed me to do is, when I pulled the trigger, this wasn't going full speed out of the corner. And also with the traction, it also helped with it not being so squirmy out of the corner. The reason I removed the brake, we did use brake during one of the testing, is it was upsetting the car. As I came in, the motor would brake and it wanted to upset the car. Non-mag, metal chassis, these things love being tail happy. It was really upsetting the flow through the corner. Now, I don't mind a loose end, but for this track, nice and tight, we took the brake off and we allowed it to roll through the corner. It looked slower, but it was smoother, and that's why we got into the 7s. Can we go faster? Of course we can. Now, do you need a controller like this? No, but as you can see, you can adjust stuff to make the car dance for you. So that was the controller and the car. Very happy, of course, with both. But now let's talk about lap tracks. Now I'm going to talk for Android users only. I use Android. I'm not sure if it's available for iPhone. I've done a review on this. It's not new. It's been around for a very long time. It's not just for slot cars, it's for RC cars. And this allowed me to do as many laps as I wanted, but we did the 5-second countdown with 10 laps, as you can see. And it uses your camera to be the motion detector underneath. Now, it is awesome. Of course, we had a hiccup in, I think, Heat 2, where it didn't count the car coming through. You will get that. It is very sensitive, but of course, we just kept going and it was a bigger lap. So we only did 30 laps, but it counted it as almost a double lap. But there you go, lap tracks, Revo slot. We've got the +1. I was happy. Hope you guys are happy. You can see the liveries in the background, but be safe, take care, get yourself a Revo slot. They are available in Australia. Bye!